Hello, and welcome back to my series where I've been breaking down Joseph Pilates classical mat exercises into bite sized chunks. I'm taking six-ish exercises every video. I go through them as they are, and then I do it again, giving you a little bit of a breakdown. So if you need to modify, you can modify. This is the fourth of six. We're starting with spine twist. All right, so I want you to sit up nice and tall, legs out in front of you, feet flexed and together. You're going to take your arms out to a T, and then you're going to take a little twist, a little extra twist, and then untwist through center. Take a little twist, extra twist, and untwist through center. I want you seated up nice and tall as you twist and twist further. You're trying not to get shorter, you're growing taller. So little sniffs as you inhale and twist, and exhale brings you center. Use that inhale to grow taller. Let's do one more each side. Now the next exercise is a rollover exercise. It's jackknife. So you're going to lay down on your back, legs up towards the sky, and then up and over. I'm pressing into my hands. I'm going to do a little tap and lift, and I'm going to lift up as high as I can. And then I'm going to articulate down bone by bone through my spine with control. I bring my legs to 90, take an inhale, exhale, control and lift up and over. Tap, lift as high as I can. I'm trying to stay on my shoulder blades. I'm not putting pressure into my neck. And I'm going to articulate through. Let's do two more. Come up and over, pressing into the hands. I'm using my core to lift up out of my upper body. And then I stay as tall as possible as I get tired. It might not be as easy. Let's do one more. Keeping the collarbones wide, the shoulder blades broad into the mat. And then we're going to come all the way down. Whew, that was a challenge. Side kick is next. I want you propped up on your elbow. Bottom foot, your toes are pressing into the mat. Fingertips behind your ears. Top leg, you're going to flex, kick, kick, point, press, press. Flex, kick, kick, point, press, press. You're pressing your foot into the mat. You're pressing your elbow into your mat, and you're lifting that bottom waistline to support you as you move that free leg. Let's do one more to the front, one more to the back. Now this one has two sides. So we flip over and we do the other side. So stacking your toes, pressing down into the mat, finding that balance, flex your foot, kick, kick to the front, point your toe, press, press to the back. Flex and point. Let's do two more. Trying to be even. And then come back to center. Teaser is next. One of my favorites. We're going to come all the way up from the bottom. Legs are long and together. Arms overhead. I'm wheeling my pelvis to a little bit of an imprint. Take an inhale. Exhale. Everything lifts up. Keeping those legs nice and straight. Squeezing the legs together with control. I come down. There's a little magic moment where I lift and lower. Nice and long through the fingers, long through the toes. Come up and control. Let's do one more. We're going to come up. We're going to go right into hip circles. So we're going to lift the arms up and around. Find the mat. And I'm going to circle one. And circle two. And circle three. Pause at the top. And I reverse three. And two. I'm not sinking into my arms. Last one. And I bring my feet down. And we're going to flip over for swimming on your belly. Legs are long. Arms are long in the opposite direction. Anchor your pubic bone. You're going to lift your belly up. Lift your arms. Lift your legs. Lift your head and chest. Opposite arm. Opposite leg a little higher. And then come back to center. And we reach and we reach and we swim. And we swim. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Went through those kind of fast. It's nice. All right, spine twist. Coming back to the beginning, if we need to make this a little bit easier, it's about the spine. The name is called spine twist. So if sitting out like this is challenging, you have a couple options. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bend your knees. You could also prop yourself up in a chair, on a box. I could prop myself up kneeling and just purely make it about the spine. So I can sit up nice and tall. I can do a twist, twist, and center. If you have shoulder issues, you can cross your arms in front of your chest and really allow yourself to focus on just the spine. Let's do one more each side. This just feels nice. Now, jackknife is just a tough exercise. So if rollover exercises are not your jam, that's okay. You could omit this one entirely from the repertoire if it's not for you. If rollover exercises, you know they're not great for your spine, I just wouldn't do them. But we can make it a little bit easier if we need to. So there's that moment where we come up and over and we tap and we lift up. Ooh, that's really hard to stay as high as possible for as long as possible. So what if we folded back to our rollover and we do that with control? So we come up and over, we tap, we lift up, and then we come to something a little more manageable. Anytime we're doing this rollover exercises, we want to make sure we're not going onto our neck. So if you feel a lot of pressure in your spine and it just doesn't feel right, it's okay. You can omit that one. Side kick. So I showed this up tall. This is the most challenging position to be in for our side kick. You can come down onto your bottom elbow and your bottom waistline resting. I could have this bottom leg bent. I could even rest my head on my arm and I can still do my kicks from here. Yeah, a little easier. Great. Lots of options here. Make it your accessibility that works for you, but it's still challenging, but you're able to do it. Teaser. Another full body challenging exercise, but we can make this one a little bit more accessible. Arms overhead, legs are long. What if we lift our arms, we lift our head, and we come up with one leg? Oh, that's an option. We can also come up into tabletop. If you have tight hamstrings, this is going to be a really nice option. As you work the option that is best for you, you're going to strengthen to be able to come up to your teaser. We can also, what if you can come up, but maybe you just lower and lift your legs? That would be one option. You can leave your legs up and lower and lift just your upper body. That's an option. Hip circles. I can have my legs in tabletop. I could be on my elbows and I could do little circles. The larger the circles, the longer my legs, the more challenging it is. So I'm picking a lever size of my legs that makes it challenging but accessible. Swimming. Last one. One way to modify this exercise is to take the upper body out. So I stack my hands, rest my forehead on my hands, and I just do my legs. I can swim with my legs. Swim, 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 swim. If you do want to have a little bit of upper body with this exercise, arms are long. What if I keep one hand and the opposite foot down and I just lift the other diagonal pair? So I don't have to do all the work to lift my arms and my legs at the same time. I can modify. See, you can pick something that works for you. Give yourself a nice child's pose after that swimmer. Send your hips back to your heels and come all the way up. 4 of 6. We're on the back side. We're going to finish strong. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day.